I just received 2 emails this week. I think 3 emails. One person just out of the blue said, wow, the Life Essentials Study Bible is changing my life. For the first time, I really understand the Scriptures. That's very encouraging. I also got a letter from someone from years ago who discovered my book, The Measure of a Man, and said it's changing my life. It's changed my life. I'm with a group of men. In fact, their wives are saying, I don't know what's happening, but it's changing my husband. Is that encouraging? You better believe it. So encouraging words are really motivating and helpful. And so let's not forget our spiritual leaders. I shared with you a very specific illustration. It bears repeating. I shared it not too long ago in previous principle. But I had the privilege of working with Dr. Howard Hendricks at Dallas Seminary. He invited me to come to teach at Dallas Seminary when I was teaching at Moody Bible Institute. And he gave me a great deal of freedom in terms of what I was doing, and it led me to get involved in church planting. And probably I wouldn't be teaching tonight on this Life Essential Study Bible if he had not invited me to come to Dallas. That was years ago. He's with Jesus now, but before he died, Elaine and I met with him just to say thank you for what he had done for me. And he made an interesting statement. He said, you won't believe this, Gene, but I can count on my hand the number of people who look back over their shoulder and say thank you. And he had built his life into many, many individuals. And the fact is, I was traveling around the country. Some of you have heard me share this. But these men that he had taught came up and said, oh, Prof. Hendricks changed my life. I said, have you told him? He said, well, no. I think one reason they don't is because he came across so powerful that they didn't even think he needed encouragement. Well, I happen to know that he needed a lot of encouragement. And so I decided to do something, that is to encourage him. And when they would come up to me in California or the East Coast or Chicago, they'd say that. I'd say, well, have you told him? And they'd say, well, I guess not. I said, would you like to tell him? They said, well, yeah. I take out my cell phone. I dialed Prof. Hendricks, and his wife usually answered. I said, Gene, this is Gene. His wife was Gene. Is Howie there? Oh, yeah, just a moment. Howie got on the phone. I said, I want you to hear from one of your students. And I handed the person the phone so the individual could say, thank you, Prof, for what you did in my life. Before he died, I think I did that about 8 or 10 times in order just to give him encouragement. Can you imagine what that did and what that meant to him? So here's the principle to live by. And of course, it applies to all of us because we all need encouragement. We need to encourage one another. But in a very special way, we should look for opportunities to give positive feedback to those who serve as our spiritual leaders. If Paul needed it, wow, we all need it. Amen.